disappointed. You know, proud of our guys. You know, the resolve was good, but disappointed in that we couldn't figure out a way to close out a game where we're up 5. You know, with, I don't know what was on the game, 5, 6 minutes to go, somewhere in there. You know, we go up 5 in that next possession. They attacked us, and we got on rotation. And, you know, Felipe's got a closeout on Tevin Mack, and he's got to get to him. And he just shortcut the closeout, and Tevin makes a 3. And now it gives him life. And then, you know, they come down. Riley Norris makes a hard shot over Chris on the baseline. And then I always want to call him Holmes, and it's not Holmes, number 10. Jones, he takes a pull-up in the middle, you know, from 14 feet and makes that one. And now it's a tie game. And, you know, we took the lead again on Chris's free throw, but we just couldn't score coming down the stretch. You know, and then we obviously have that bad turnover. We had a complete miscommunication on a switch, and then make a 3 to make a 4, and then we turn it over and they dunk it and make it 6, and just couldn't recover.
Frank, how's AJ?
I have no idea. I have no idea. They're. I know it's an ankle roll. He rolled his ankle. I know that for a fact. But I'm pretty sure they've taken him to go do X-rays and all that, just to make sure structurally everything's in place. But I have no idea.
Coach, just staying along those lines with, you know, AJ going out, just how difficult was it in that moment to kind of pull the team together, just knowing just how short your bench is and all the adversity you faced through the season? Just walk us through that moment, trying to keep the team engaged on what's in front of them in that moment.
It's, you know, we still, after he went down, we still took the lead. And, you know, it's what hurts us is, I don't want to say he's our closer, but with the game in the balance late in the game, I'm usually putting the ball in his hands. And we didn't have that. And so we struggled. And their length, Alabama's length, was another problem. When, you know, not just their big guys at the rim, but their guards. So they made it hard to pass the basketball. But the guys tried. I'm proud of the effort. I'm proud of the fact that, you know, there's some things that I know we can do better. And I'm not talking from a scoring standpoint. I'm talking about a communication standpoint, decision-making standpoint. We made some bad decisions defensively coming down the stretch there, and but our, you know, they're trying their hearts out. I can't ask them to play any harder or practice any harder or care more than they care right now. You know, it's just one of them years. Alonzo rolls his ankle in practice yesterday and rolled it by himself. It's not like he rolled it in a competitive drill. He just on his own rolled his ankle. And, you know, just been one of them years.
Coach, what is it about these two teams where it always just seems to be a dogfight out there until the very end?
I don't know. Similar defensive mindsets, even though we play different styles. Neither team gets out of the way defensively. You know, they're real good. That's why yesterday was at the press conference, you know, someone asked me about them being up and down and, you know, insinuating that they're real good. They're not just good, they're real good. And you know, we both, Avery doesn't allow them to get out of the way defensively, and I work real hard at trying to make sure our guys don't get out of the way defensively. So that makes it hard on people to score. And I think that's why those games, every time we play, we end up in those kind of competitive battles. You know, it's hard to win. I think what we shoot in the first half, 19% from the field or something like that, 7 for 34, about 33 something. It's hard to win against real good teams when you shoot like that for a whole half.
To that point, though, you still go into halftime down 6.
Yeah.
I mean, defensively, it was a little bit like the Ole Miss game where you weren't hitting shots, but you liked where you were defensively to keep you in it.
Yeah, I was at halftime, you know, and I'm not trying to single Keyshawn Bryant out, but there's 2 plays, his mistake defensively at the end of the first half, and then, You know, his breakaway dunk that he tried to get casual with, and he just kicks it out of bounds. That's 4 points. 2 they don't get if he handles his assignment the right way at the end of the first half, and a breakaway dunk that's a 4-point difference. That makes a huge difference at the end of the game. And you know, I was good at halftime. I was real positive. I told the guys, I said, your grit, your determination has put us in a place where we have a chance to go win in the second half. How? I have no idea after shooting 19% from the field. But your resolve is giving us a chance. I felt good at halftime. I felt we couldn't play any worse from a shooting standpoint. And I just knew that we'd come out and make some shots, and we did. And, you know, took the lead. And then we stopped defending there for about, you know, a 3-minute segment, and then we couldn't score coming down the stretch.
Yep. Coach, there were some trips where you were double teaming Kyra Lewis, but just talk about for a freshman how difficult he is to sort of contain defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Avery he's in the open court. He's just so smooth. He's got great feel, and Avery kind of caught us off guard a little bit because he doesn't put him in a lot of ball screens. He puts Ingram and there you go. I almost called him Holmes again. I've got a mental block. What's his name? Jones. He puts those 2 guys in most of their ball screens and then plays Lewis off the ball. But he put Lewis in most of their ball screens today. And I thought we handled that okay. I wasn't real happy with the way Trey defended him late in the game. You know, Trey gave in the switches, which he shouldn't have. But he's good. He's you know, think about him and A.J. Lawson. Those 2 kids should be high school seniors this year. And for those 2 kids to have had the kind of seasons that they've had up to this point at the point guard spot, that's pretty impressive. He's real good. He's a difficult player to guard.
With AJ down, at least for the night, that's 7 scholarship players. How big of a challenge is it, especially at this point in the season when, you know, everybody's kind of running on fumes anyway after 28 games?
I can tell you this, I'm happy I'm the head coach and not the assistant, because it's times like this that your assistants have to get in drills and practice. So I'm happy I'm the head coach, and, you know, when you become the head coach, you start telling people how good you were as a player rather than because you don't have to go out there and show anything. But, yeah, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge coming down the stretch, you know. Obviously, you know, Frank tried to play today. He went out there and immediately grabbed his ankle. So I don't know where he's at. I'm optimistic that he'll be available Saturday. I have no idea about AJ. If AJ can't go, I got to get Nathan Nelson and Quad ready to play. You know, I got to get those 2 kids ready to get in the game and help us out. And you know, that's part of the team sport. You know, you pick each other up. It's, you know, when you're a tennis player and you have a bad day, you lose. You're a tennis player, you roll your ankle, you either got to finish the match, you know, with a bad ankle, or you got to withdraw. When you're in a team sport, someone goes down, someone else has to step up and figure out a way to pick their teammate up. And so that's our job. We got to do that, and we got to get our kids spirit. Our kids played real hard at Mississippi State. And we tried real hard today, and it's their effort has given us a reason to have hope as we come down the stretch here this season. Their commitment to doing things the right way. It's our job as coaches now to make sure that, you know, they're off tomorrow. We got to pick their spirits up, and then we have to figure out a way to manage the game where we can go play our best with whoever's available.
Yeah, going off of that, Coach, you talked about maybe their spirits being a little down. Are you at all concerned that this was a game that you guys really had to win, maybe to get into that NCAA tournament? And how do you keep your guys focused, which is, you know, in the past, something that they've been able to do, bouncing back, but because it's so late in the season, does that concern you at all?
I'm asking. I'm not trying to be a smart, you know what. Are you paying attention to the whole bubble talk? I'm not. You are? So if we had won today, do you think Lenardi puts us in the tournament? We were first 4 before the game. So I was told that he said that if we had beaten Mississippi State, that puts us in the tournament. That's what he said the night after the Mississippi State game. So if we had won today, then it kind of gets us a little closer. Okay, so we win today and lose 2 on the road. Where's that put us? So let's go win on the road. You know, it's you got 3 more games to play and a conference tournament. There's plenty of opportunities. There's no such thing as overreacting to winning and losing and in out until the season's over. As long as there's games to play, go figure. We're there. You know, does this kind of knock us back a little bit? Of course it does. But go win 2 on the road. Go win 2 on the road, and we're playing Georgia at home. We're right back in the middle of the whole thing. So we can control who we are. We can't control what other people think. We can control who we are. We got to control that. Thank you.